We're back again. It's the day after for me, but it's a week after for you, I think. I don't know the schedule of dropping stuff.
If only there was an app where you could put things in the schedule. Like
Yeah, there is, but I've been working, man.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
late shift that.
Nightmare. Late shift. Did a podcast last night.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Sling them in the fucking calendar, man.
You said yesterday, don't put them in. You don't have to do it tonight.
Yeah.
So I didn't because I was knackered. Because I'd done a full day's work.
Right.
And then today, I've just done a full day's work.
Are they gonna get put in tonight?
I've got a full day's work in a podcast.
Fuck me. If these don't end up in podcasts, mate, then there's going to be some invites not getting sent out, I think, because if the stuff's not in the calendar, I don't know what's going on.
I know. You know what? If it ain't in the calendar, it doesn't happen.
The thing is, though, this is the release one, so it's not.
Yeah, man.
Anyway. Hello. This is a podcast all about Boomtown. It's a lovely EDM festival. I know you EDM heads out there. You're not going to like me calling it EDM because it's going to have
the old disco
names.
Music. Yeah.
But yeah, a bit of boogieing, bit of dancing, bit of
Hey,
that's it.
What, we had some boogies.
Germany would love it. So as always, we're just going to natter. I'm probably going to avoid talking about Boom because you're going to watch the video soon anyway. And if you haven't, I mean, you should have already watched it. That's what I meant to say.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, yeah, because
it's not out yet.
No, but you sent a link earlier.
Yeah, of course you haven't seen it yet.
Of course you haven't.
There's not I would have put £1 million on you didn't watch that.
Still ends in the glass door.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Did you watch the Tomorrowland one?
Nope.
Oh, that is mad.
Well,
I know.
What were the last video you watched?
But you know what? I was there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Good
Last video I watched. Fuck me. See, this used to be a thing of like us making videos for ourselves, right? And we used to watch them back and be like Route 66
regularly
and stuff
as well.
Like, yeah, I know. We
Even
used
the shit ones where we just sat in the bedroom.
The older day in the life
We used to love it, but now life has just got so full on. It's like, where can I find an hour and a half to just sit and watch ourselves?
I guarantee on a night after work, you definitely just sit for an hour and a half and watch.
Yeah, and do anything but listen to our fucking voices.
Well,
Jesus
I hope
Christ.
you can find time actually, because when there's not going on in winter or something, because they're very good.
Yeah,
they are great.
That might be a good time to watch them back and do a little retrospective. I
would recommend it.
Hey, we could, funnily enough, we could almost make a podcast out of it. You know, rewatching them, putting thoughts on it all.
Yeah, Festival Veteran watches his own video.
Yeah, I mean it'll go down, all right. Rob, I know how you are because I live with you and I saw you yesterday. How are you, Raz? I haven't seen you in a while.
Fine, you know.
What going on? New?
Just work and yeah.
Yeah, I saw you come in with your guitar today. Obviously, back with a band. How's that going?
Going well.
Got any gigs?
No, just writing stuff at the minute. But hoping to do something and like writing demos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Seeing what comes out of it. So far, so good.
Very nice. I like it. So yeah, Boomtown. Tell me a little bit about that. Not a lot because they don't want to hear a lot. They've watched video, haven't they? What happened? How'd you get there?
What happened?
When'd you go?
Drive down. So
it's a long drive, that, isn't it?
It was an annoying drive, actually.
Really annoying.
As a passenger, for me to say it's an annoying drive, you know it was an annoying one.
Why?
You're easily annoyed, though.
No, like I didn't mind the 8-hour drive to Rockwood at all. I thought it was a breeze. I didn't mind the drive back from Latitude, which is 6 hours.
Do you think that's because both of those are brand new?
No, I think that was just a quite an arduous drive.
Yeah.
We have this thing of like stopping off for a 20-minute stop, and it always takes us like, it always adds like an hour plus onto drive.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
It's because like we think it's going to be 20 minutes, so we're in, food, ready. And then when you're ready, someone's like, just off to the toilet.
It's like, okay.
So you'll wait for them.
No, but it adds up. Like it doesn't
Let's say,
add up.
so we set off at 9 and it's like, it's a 4-hour drive. So you're thinking, we'll be there at 1. Not a fucking chance. So you got
what time did we get there?
So we didn't set off till 9:30 because we had to do the old like pick everyone up. So I was here for just before 9, ready to go. But then you got so Choc was like 15 minutes late at the train station.
Yeah.
So, but I also had to pick Mary up, and because of like the city loop system, that took like half an hour.
Yeah, it's annoying now, isn't it?
Then coming back here to pick Choc up, and then by that time it's like 9:30, so we're already half an hour behind. So then best case scenario, you're getting there 1:30. And
so
then
how did we get there at 3:30? Where did those extra 2 hours come from?
Where did we stop off at? We stopped off at a supermarket. So that's just like, that's at least 30 minutes.
Oh, supermarket.
But how did it take 30 minutes?
And then
we were in, we got a meal deal. We got
plus you've also got a building
crates.
like, even if you know like it's a 4-hour drive, give like an extra 4 hours. Put an extra half hour on top for traffic, because like that's assuming that traffic
Google
does
tells
fuck
you
off.
that. Google
No, but-
tells you the
yeah,
traffic.
It's not
Yeah, but-
perfect though, is it?
But it doesn't know that in 3 hours' time, someone's gonna have a crash.
Maybe it should be psychic.
Yeah.
Come on,
So long trip down.
Google.
How was it? Like, you didn't camp as far back as last year, did you?
No.
Like, I've heard, and that sounds amazing to me, because
Yeah.
one of the big issues of Boom was that ridiculously long walk in the intense heat.
Well, last year as you know, Dan, we walked with the bags in the heat, and the aim of the game was put the bags down as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And we did that in the first place we could.
Yeah.
But then you had a really long walk into the
Yeah.
arena. Whereas this time we just traded that off, and it wasn't anywhere near as hot. So we just traded that off, and we sacrificed the easy journey to camp by walking further with the stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a breeze for us.
It
But
was
like
it was
Choc
fine.
and Mary were proper lagging behind, and I was carrying
Yeah.
like half of Mary's
But
stuff
to,
as well.
to be fair, like Mary had a much bigger bag, and Choc's Choc, right?
Yeah, he's a wheezy boy. isn't he?
he'll
He's not the
he'll
fittest
always
of
have a
blokes.
problem. Is it?
But yeah, so we just did the longer commute, like in that part, and
Yeah.
then
The parking was quite far away from where we were supposed to camp as well. So
Yeah.
we got
parked in the same place where we parked last year.
Oh,
if
like
you remember
practically on corner.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
but we had to. So we were in. So the camping, we got like a bit of an upgrade. Although like I couldn't tell the difference.
No.
Like they had like sort of nice showers, but they were still not great.
Was it a paid
They had nicer
Yeah,
toilets.
80 quid.
They had a little
80?
bar. Yeah.
Camp
Yeah.
Orchid, it's called.
Camp Orchid. That's it. And I tell you what,
If you weren't told it's a paid upgrade with a special wristband,
yeah, you
you
wouldn't,
wouldn't
know.
know.
The only way that I could tell it was a paid upgrade was maybe because it felt a bit quieter.
Yeah.
I don't know if the general camp is a bit louder.
I mean, we've only
Is
been
it
quiet and that.
Was it showers as well, though? Because if memory serves, like last year, there were no showers.
There were showers there, yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like, I mean, yeah, they were there, but like I've seen them in a lot of general areas as well.
Yeah.
It
I've
was-
also seen
it-
festivals without them, but
Yeah, it was fine, and even the first day we didn't even use the showers. We just put.
Well, you're not going on first day, are you?
Sorry, the second day.
Oh.
We just put like a water carrier up against the fence because
we had the best water carrier setup we've ever had.
yeah, it was
that
good.
was
That
how-
one.
brilliant.
Why?
Just hung it in a
against
high place.
against like an actual fence. So like it
What,
was
like
it
like
was
Jake did at Worcher?
yeah, but it was like a barrier fence, like a solid barrier fence, and then like a big like rod holding it up.
It was
then-
probably
Oh,
like
top
the,
lad.
the carrier was probably just about like as high as you stand.
Oh, decent. So there's no little crouching
Yeah,
to
and
get
there
into
was
it.
and there
I
was
hate that.
like
Yeah.
I had to like do a little clamber up
to put it on.
to put it on,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Yeah.
on there then. And there's like a little shelf built in to the fence where the fence post
Oh,
is.
pot of
And
yellow.
it was actually really good.
I'm constantly like on the lookout for like the best shower experience that I can do at a festival, because like
Shower in a can, remember them?
shower in a can.
Do you remember that?
I
So-
do remember.
Oh
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was one of the. Sorry,
was it?
I'll just tell the story quickly. Shower in a can is a product that we got sent. It's like maybe the first product that we ever got sent
Oh, yeah.
in like
Yeah.
2017, 18.
yeah.
And we got sent it to put in a video and feature in a video, which
Yeah.
fair enough. We were a lot smaller then. And the product was, I'm sure it was fine for a lot of people. It didn't really do it for us.
Yeah.
So we had to put it in the video, but we kind of just didn't say, oh, it's great. We just kind of put it in the video, didn't we?
I've had that stuff before, like for bikes, where it's like you pump it and it gives you the foam. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, it's the shit.
It's
Like
like
my
a
opinion.
yeah, I agree.
It's putting soap on your body and then not having
it's
enough
like
to rinse
it's like
it
dry,
off with.
it was just like dry shampoo, really.
No,
wasn't
it wasn't dry. It was
it foam?
it was
Yeah,
like
it was a foam.
it was like not one of those clear alcohol gels, like whatever you call that, what are they called? The sanitizer.
Hand
sanitizer, yeah.
Not the clear one that like truly disappears.
Yeah.
It was like when you get a foamy one and you can still kind of feel its presence on your hand
okay.
after a bit.
That's
It was
Yeah,
just
it
like
leaves you a bit
kind of that.
sticky.
So it's not really a shower, because it's not like getting the dirt off your body. It's just like you sort of rubbing
Yeah,
it
that's a
into
good
yourself.
point,
So like,
yeah.
so like a shower, you need like running water to get the dirt
Yeah.
off you.
Like, and at Boom, like I remember it last year being really dusty. So it's like
No,
that
it was
dust
fine.
clings to
It
you.
was fine this
Yeah,
year.
you'd
for
have
us.
liked it a lot more this year, probably
Really?
just based on that, because it wasn't really warm at any point.
No.
In fact, I'd say it was actively cold a few times, and it rained even slightly heavily for a little bit.
Oh, tease me.
Oh yeah, at night, like or on that morning. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we were out, that was the morning. Yeah, that was me and Mary going for the coffees. So yeah, it was more comfortable for sure than last year.
Yeah.
Damn sight.
I think I almost prefer rain over heat.
Oh, 100%.
Because you can't do anything about heat. So if it's fucking like 30 odd degrees at a festival, all you can do is just lay there and take it. Whereas like if it's raining, put a poncho on.
Yeah. I mean,
no problem.
The rain does like take away from it a little bit because everything gets muddy, everything gets wet.
Yeah.
Like it does eventually by end of weekend if it's rained all weekend and all your stuff's wet and not can dry.
You can dry off. You can't not burn.
Yeah, but it's for like your
I'd
sleeping
rather have it
quarters for
sunny.
me.
Really?
Yeah, because if it's rainy, chances are I'm with 3 people, you 2 and Jake, who either put product in your hair or care enough about your appearance that it's going to ruin your day,
you know what? It's the product.
or it's going to dissuade you from doing something.
It's the product in my hair that fucks me.
What I like the most is probably, we haven't done it yet, but the snow. I love snow. Like, it don't soak everything like rain does.
I love snow as well.
Like, it's not ridiculously hot. I like the cold more than I like the heat.
Yeah.
Like, the heat.
Winter festivals, we're on the lookout.
Don't you worry. We are working on that. Kind of.
Maybe a little bit.
I've wanted to, there's a certain one, and I mentioned it the other day, like, I wanted to go since we're in the RAF. Like, Josh Lear and me.
I'm surprised you are actually, because I was looking on its website. I took a screenshot, actually.
This is a bit ominous.
No, it's not ominous, I promise. But I thought, I'm surprised Dan wants to go to that one, actually. I'm surprised that's something Dan.
But you go snowboarding, and that was the big...
Anyway, weather was great. Weather was like literally fine. Go on.
So this is one of the stages at that festival we're talking about.
Okay.
Authentically plays host to Oompa bands. Electro yodeling.
Yes.
What the fuck is electro yodeling?
Count me in.
Dear God.
You'll find out.
Dear Maria,
I hope
count
that's
me
not
in.
playing until fucking 4 or 5 in the morning, pointlessly.
We're going to set up your tent.
Speakers just all around.
It's not
We're not going to have a tent there, mate.
Yeah, I think that'd be too cold to have a tent.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to have a proper winter tent for that, like a beast.
The old £2,000 North Face special.
Even that.
God, those things that you hand warmers, you know, where you pop the little thing inside and heats them up.
I think we got a box of 40 of there and used none of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Take them to Leeds this year. No campfires, eh?
Good idea.
Well, you all gonna gather around one of those, cook some food.
I'll put them in the Leeds Fest bag. We've got a Leeds Fest bag. I've packed for Leeds Fest today.
Really?
Wow, that's quite soon.
Because it's all stuff that I'm never wearing.
Okay.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah.
Jesus,
It's
quick.
It's a week today.
Yeah.
As if.
A week today, you'll be pissed.
What?
I'll be pissed off.
I want you to
You'll
hold
be
me to
pissed,
this.
and Chris will... I tried, mate.
No, I mean like properly.
I mean, I'm not with you. I'm not hanging out with
I
you.
want to not drink at all.
Great. I think
Like, I don't want to even like have a few.
What, Leeds?
Fantastic companion.
Ever again.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm done with it. I'm a knobhead on it. I know that, and I don't want to be that guy.
What have you had to drink today then? What's your excuse today?
What?
Isn't it a shame that having a drink can't just teach you how to put something in the calendar?
Isn't it a shame that you have to live your life by a calendar and can't live free and easy?
Well, listen.
I live my life 1 week at a time, baby.
Free and easy, man. No what'll happen.
Vin Diesel and me, we're the same. We live his life a quarter mile at the time.
It wasn't.
You're right.
Excuse you?
It's not Vin Diesel, it's Paul Walker that lived
Both
a
of them
quarter
live
mile
that way,
at a time.
man. Both of them live that way. They were born on drag racing.
Right, Boomtown.
Yeah, back to Boom.
So we get there, right?
Can we dedicate 20 minutes of this podcast to the incident?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Just
So
checking.
let's speed through this, right? Then.
Well, if we're talking about just getting there,
yeah.
we got
It's
like
not just getting there.
inundated
the
with
festival.
people recognizing us.
Yeah. I've heard about this. Like, it was quite hectic.
After the drive and after getting set up and being eager to get in and being eager to show Mary and Choc and Raz.
And
what the
literally
deal is.
the first thing that we did, we were like, right, first things first, we need some food.
Yeah. And it's lovely meeting people. Like, I need a bit of liquid confidence before I can actually start enjoying it. In fact, all 3 days of this festival, when people had come and say hello,
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say I didn't really have the energy for it until I'd had a bit
couple
to
of
drink.
drinks, yeah.
So I made sure that I quickly had a bit to drink and got on the level so that people
soon
can have
as
a
you
good
woke up.
interaction. And hopefully most people had a good interaction. But we learned a lot, I think, from Boomtown. Something we've learned throughout this year, not just at Boomtown, but at every festival we've been to, is there's a special place in the depths of hell reserved for someone who comes up to you and interrupts you while you're eating.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound ungrateful or...
No, but it is a bit annoying, isn't it?
But
Literally,
there is no excuse.
My mouth is full of pizza. The cheese is streaming away from me.
Yeah.
I would never do that. And
There's-
actively... I mean, you've seen me stood next to Tom DeLong, and he was having a conversation, and I didn't want to interrupt that.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm having a conversation, I invite you to interrupt it. Really, I do. There's no issue with that. But, like, that's how mindful I am of, like, if I see someone, if they're engaged in anything, I'm not going to speak to them. Now, you don't have to apply that rule with us. We love you. We want to have a chat with you. It's how we got to where we are.
It
But-
inflates my ego like mad.
But
It makes
when
me feel
someone's
great.
eating, it was terrible at 2000 Trees. Big bit of chicken straight in the mouth. People can see that you're eating. And
You
they-
sat down and like you're shoveling your face because you're thinking like, I am anxious that people are gonna interrupt me. So I'm literally there like trying to like shovel it in and just be like, I need to get this over and done with. I can't enjoy it.
There's no specific person that's aimed at. Like, I can't remember a specific incident, so don't overthink it if you've done that to us. But please just don't do it. It's you know, when we got to Boomtown, I know we're very lucky to have such a great community, and I'll always have time for that community.
I don't want to be scoffing something as well while I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
Like,
Both of us
like-
lose.
Like, you've got two options there, aren't you? You can either eat and talk, which they're not going to enjoy that interaction while you're talking with
it's
your
like
mouth full.
so you'll ask me a question and I'm there. Then it's just this. Like
It's either that or I stop eating and I talk to you and my
Yeah.
food goes cold.
And then everyone else finishes their food.
Yeah.
And then you're behind. And like, you know, photos while eating, it's like, so you want me to... And I've always obliged. I've always obliged.
There's one that I found really funny at Glasgow where I've just got a pie and I'm like pointing to the pie.
It's
it's
like,
Quite a nice pie, that.
you know, I think if there's four of us, right? If we make the call, like if you were eating that pie
yeah.
and someone comes over to me and you, Raz, and says, oh, blah, 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 can we have a photo? And I go, Dan,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. But as of recently, we've started saying no to photos for people who say it while we're actively eating.
It's like
And then you go through this thing in your head of like, oh, am I a knobhead? Am I forgetting like why we're here? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like people come up and they know what they're doing because they say, sorry, I know you're eating. And that's the worst thing to hear.
don't be sorry. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
because you're not actually sorry.
And I don't know if I've already told this story on a podcast. I feel like I might have done.
think you
or
have.
maybe I've just said it to you. But the guy at Truck who came over as I'd finished eating and said, I saw you eating, but I just wanted to wait until you finished eating.
Yeah.
I'm not saying sit and wait if I'm having a Nando's for an hour.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm going to be finished in 5 minutes. Whatever I've
Yeah.
bought, even if I've just bought it, it's going to take me 5 minutes to eat it.
Yeah.
Give us 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And then I'd
festival food
love
gets
to have a
scrammed
chat with you in a
quick.
picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like Val's has started saying like, just give us a couple of minutes while we're eating. It's like,
I started doing
And-
that. I was
and-
like,
but then don't you think? I mean, maybe you don't. I certainly overthink it. Like, there's one time where I've turned down a picture with someone. One time, 2 times. One was at Leeds Fest 2018 when I was running home because of an emergency,
Yeah.
and one was a guy who like physically like grabbed me in Leeds Arena that one time, if you remember. They're the 2 times.
I don't remember that.
Real fleeting thing, but like when you like even those instances where you've got real good reason, I kind of think, oh man, I should have got like I should have stopped, I should have blah blah blah, I should have sucked it up. And I guess it's one of the it's just tough because I think like I want to be there for everyone and I want to share my love and appreciation for everyone for putting us
Yeah.
where we are, but
I think there's a certain time where it's acceptable. But then, so like I've always had an issue, like less so much than the eating thing. But you know, when we just arrive at a festival and we're carrying all of our stuff and we're obviously struggling and we're just trying to get to where we're going. Like I've never been a fan of that. Like, can we have a photo? And I'm there like, oh, I have to take my bag off.
yeah, that's a good point. That's always been like a little That's a tough one.
See, I like to be a bit of a people pleaser. I don't like to.
me too. Though.
Don't get us wrong. Like we
Same.
we
That's
still
why
like
we're talking about it now.
we still like take the picture and don't get like
I hate saying
we're
no
thrilled.
so much that like I'm still thinking about the no I said in 2018.
Yeah.
That's how much I hate saying
we're
no.
thrilled to take the picture, but like I think there's like, especially like with Boomtown, like the place is only so big. You like let us sort ourselves out first. And you'll probably see us around because guess what? We fucking get around like the whole place. And like I said it first on the first day. So as we were like literally, it was like every 10 seconds, literally.
It really was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, Dan, it was.
I said
mad.
I said like, there's only there's a finite amount of people here. So like everyone that's getting a photo, eventually that number of people who know we are, that will run out. And like for the rest of the weekend, it was fine. But it was just as soon as we got there, that immediate like half an hour to an hour, it was just this is very full on.
Download was a little bit like that, where the first day it was like there was so much love, there was so many people saying hello.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the weekend, like the ones who really wanted to come and say hello had, and it was just like everyone else was like if they just casually spot us.
Download proper zapped me.
The heat on that one though, that
and
was
Vals.
I
mean it all contributed, but like that was part of the concern for Leeds Fest with Vals. In particular, he was speaking to me and he was like, look, Download properly like wrote me off because of that. Again, it's hard to complain about because
it's a very
you speak from like a place
to be in,
of like
we wouldn't be here without those people.
I guess the reason that we're speaking about it is because we're so not that kind of person that typically does get recognised in the day-to-day. So when it does happen, like it was Boomtown was the first time I've ever thought like we could do with a tour manager on site. And we kind of, we're still learning with it, even 10, 15 years almost down the line of content creation. Yeah. Though obviously none of this was happening until 2018, 19 really. Yeah. But like we're still learning. And I think something that we got good at Boomtown is moving as a pack. And if someone gets stopped by someone, like, you've just got to, as bad as it sounds, you've just got to keep walking. Yeah. And if Chucky is like caught up chatting to someone, but we need to be somewhere, Chucky knows I need to be in and out of this one and catch them back up.
And it's also like a nice excuse. It's like, I'm so sorry, but I don't want to lose my friends. So I do need to go.
And it's not a lie either. It's true. And we were really good as well at like just the passing hello. Like people would be like, oh, TPD, and stop. And you just give them like a big fist bump, but you keep moving because you've got somewhere to be.
I'm so much more a fan of the quick fist bump than like a handshake.
Yeah.
Just the quick fist bump is like a, hey, how you doing?
Love you. Thanks so much kind of thing.
Yeah. I did just a wave back once to Ollie Appleyard. Have I told you about this? At Leeds, I think it was last year. They'd done their set that morning and we were in guest and he was sat down. And he was in that little area where it's like just for artists. And he sat on one of the benches right at the fence. And he was talking to someone. Can't remember who it was. And he just waved across. And you could see he was trying to get my attention and say hello. And I think he wanted me to go over and like say how good of a set it was. Then probably, he wanted someone who could really scream. Yeah. And I just went, "Hi mate," and just continued walking. And he doesn't know how much I'd like to go and say hello to him.
I'm sure.
And I don't know why.
Many times.
Don't know why I didn't.
I've done that with
but it was like I just didn't have the time, and it's just
that's it. Like that is it. Like we just don't have the time.
Yeah,
we just don't have the time, especially at Boomtown. Like a day behind and a day on the end as well that we lose.
Yeah,
we've got a finite amount of time. Word of the day, finite. To cover this festival as comprehensively and as well as we can.
And we just need to keep moving. It's like the time that we spend just stood, like you just open yourself up because as soon as you stop and you meet someone and again it's all love, we love it, but like then it just opens itself up to like you get like an orderly bloody queue.
If you stop, that's something that happened. And we allowed it to happen. There was times when we allowed it to happen when it was like, right, cool, it's like 10 p.m. We've got like everything we need to do for the day. And now we're just getting hammered. Like, let's stop.
Yeah.
And there's a great bit in the video. Yeah. There's a really good bit in the video where we've reached that point and it's like, right, we don't say this, but like, it's like the flash is on. It's nighttime. We've done all the shit that's like to be captured during the day.
Yeah.
Now we can have kind of an almost unspoken kind of sigh of relief, get hammered, lose our minds, and we're almost not thinking about like the work side of it anymore, and that's just going to happen naturally. And there's a bit where I'm like, I'm going to go stand there, and within 20 seconds, someone's going to come over to me.
Yeah.
And I go and stand there for 20 seconds, and no one comes over to me. And then I come over, I'm like, fuck's sake. And then a guy just comes straight up.
As soon as.
It's the comic timing of it is hilarious.
Brilliant.
And hopefully I had a good chat with that guy. I can't really remember, but yeah, it's awkward to even talk about because I don't want to sound like a knobhead, but
like you say, like when you're out trying to film the entire festival, especially something like Boom, when there's so much going on, so much to see and film and do.
Yeah,
it's like you don't really have
the
time
sensory
to stop
overload of just being there. If it was empty, is
yeah,
enough, innit?
Yeah, and it's the constant toss up between like I want to be so respectful to the people that put us in this position, but I also have a job to do.
Yeah,
and that job.
Got to go see Medium Debs.
Yeah, we did.
And literally, like, that is a timed thing. And getting in the Betterverse is a timed thing.
Yeah.
And sending a thing at the post office, you've only got so long to do that. Seeing an act is a timed thing. And,
yeah,
you know, I think we've, you know, without revealing too much, I think we're going to have a really good Leeds Fest, all of us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, you know, we've had it before where, like, you've got to build in, like, an hour extra to your time walking from Orange
like,
to
okay, so this band's on at 5. Right, we're best set up at 4 then.
I do have much more time for it at Leeds because we've done it so many times that, like, and we like to get the viewers in the video at Leeds and they want to be in it.
Yeah, it's surfing.
That's like, I'm personally, just me, I'm more like, I've got more time generally at Leeds Fest, I feel.
Yeah.
But like at something like Boomtown, where you're not there for 5 nights,
Nah.
5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's so much to cover and we've only done it once. It's like, yeah, it was tough. Sorry, we've rambled a bit about that, but it was tough.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, I know, like, we're a small as fuck YouTube channel, right? We only just got the tick.
Logan Paul.
How the fuck does, like, Liam Gallagher and Paul McCartney get about?
They don't. They stay backstage. Like, that's
I don't mean at a festival. I just mean in their day to day.
But even so, look at
They
Broco.
don't.
Like I've seen Broco like dossing about at festivals.
But they're not recognisable in the same way.
Yeah,
Bands aren't. Broco are much more popular than us, but like we were talking about this recently. Bands and YouTube channels can't be compared.
Yeah,
they're so different, and people know them for such a different reason.
So, like a video, like
you know our face.
50% of the content is our faces, right? Like, so it's our voices and our faces. That's what makes a fucking video, right? But then a band, I like remember when we saw Nothing But Thieves. We listened to them loads, and then we finally saw them.
You disappointed? Because they didn't look rock and roll.
He didn't look anywhere near as rock and roll.
But like, you can love a band.
I'm seeing them. We're seeing them this weekend.
We're seeing them next weekend as well.
Great.
At Leeds. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm fucking thrilled. But yeah, if the frontman are Nothing But Thieves, a band who I've recently come to love, walked past me on the street, I won't take a second look. I won't know him.
No. Yeah, unless it's like a band I absolutely adore, like Bring Me or.
But because we're idiots and because we started filming ourselves and our faces.
I think that was a good idea. We
couldn't have
done it like Sleep Token where we're all wearing masks.
Yeah.
So
how did they not get told off for blackface?
It's a mask and it's not painted on.
Oh, is it?
That's the difference.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think.
I thought it was painted.
I was thinking about Leeds Fest this year. Welcome to the Boomtown podcast. And I was thinking, like, what can we do that's like mad? And this is before we came up with the idea that we've got now.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if we wear like prosthetics all weekend?
Or like extra limbs?
No, like
you ain't even big enough.
Yeah, and like what if we somehow disguise ourselves?
Oh, like something like Ant and Dec.
Yeah, like Saturday Night Takeaway.
That'd be really fun.
And the thing is, like, I'd love to do that. Obviously, it's out of scope. We'd need professional makeup artists to do it for us every day. It would take hours out on a morning, and there's no way that like every person that we're with is going to do that.
But
that would be great.
Imagine
wouldn't it?
if we did that, like in Orange, and we just wore masks the whole time.
Well, when we
somehow disguised ourselves and did like a true reflection of like,
I mean,
this is us doing what we used to do, but now we're a bit older.
Yeah,
are we still those yobs?
When we get big enough and obviously world famous and become like utterly huge superstars,
are we not now? But
I mean,
those analytics.
I don't think the Indian population watch our festival videos. So we're not world famous.
I think there's at least one.
Shall we have a look? While we're talking?
Yeah, but yeah, when we get that big, then all we'll do is just wait until they put us in Madam Two Swords, and we'll just do that thing where we go in there and pretend we're the waxwork.
Who you boys doing?
Oh, you live a life, you boys. There's a few things that have to happen before we become world famous, though. So first of all, using the calendar.
Yeah,
is
I knew
right
that was
there at
the
top.
first thing. Thank you.
Right, I've got the geographies here. So we're actually only 67% United Kingdom. Then it's the United States. Let's do a Command F for India.
It's not on there.
Yeah, it's on there. 0.2% of our audience is Indian. Oh. We have received in the last year 12,000 views from India.
Has it? Does it tell you where in India?
It sure does, bud.
Anywhere from
Where's the
Calcutta
top
or
place?
Kalakunda?
Maharashtra.
It's probably not how you pronounce it.
I'm so sorry. Karnataka. Here's one. Delhi.
Delhi.
We've had 383 views from Delhi.
Big up Delhi.
The hell have they been watching?
I love your meats.
You know what I really want to do one year in the off season?
What?
I'd love to go around all the countries like India, Pakistan, Thailand, just a
Yeah,
lot of like
guess what?
these.
You and everyone else in the world, mate.
No, I know.
What
and
dates do you want to do it on? Specific
Thank you.
dates.
Yeah, if you just send me an invite, then we can
You
start.
don't have to do it tonight, but I will message you before you wake up, seeing if you've done it.
Do you mean before you wake up?
Oh, you messaged me.
But I've
this
also
morning.
messaged you every day, or
Yeah.
maybe once every fortnight for the last
Boomtown was great.
4 or 5 months.
Boomtown
So
was
just getting to the end of my tether with it.
Boomtown was good, man.
It was
And-
very good.
And that first night,
First thing we did to get out of view of people,
yeah, went in that bar.
went into the Bad Apple Bar where we spent a lot of time.
We spent literally the majority of the weekend in that bar.
I don't know how to describe it to you if we were there the year before, but it was just a tent
Yeah.
bar, just like a little stage.
A bar
basically.
next to the Grand Central stage.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're on about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
it's
like
like
literally
red walls, big pillars at side.
Yeah.
It might not be red this year.
Something like that.
Bars at the back.
First
and it
thing
faces on the outside as well, the other side.
Yeah. It's like
exactly that
double-sided,
one. Yeah. We just spent, that was like our default. So if there was nowhere else to go,
That was like pre-drinks, wasn't it?
would be there. Yeah.
And it was good. I was happy in there.
They were playing some songs. It was a bit ropey at times, but it always came back.
Boom's one of those festivals where you don't get stopped with your alcohol going into arena.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Glasgow.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
So
It
we
is because we
festivals
had
like
we were drinking the wine.
we had like
Oh,
a 3/4 of a litre of red wine each day.
Jesus.
Well, for the first 2
It was
days.
great. You know what, mate? I'm a big fan of the wine now.
It's really
Well, you were whining about a rock workshop.
like the weird thing is, I don't think a bottle of Dizzy would have got me more fucked.
No, but I don't know.
I
Mate.
think with the Dizzy, you have to have more. And because you've been drinking lager fruit day and then you
What's-
go into
what
wine, the
percentage is,
mixing proper,
Dizzy?
like,
Maybe.
with wine, it proper hits you.
What percent is Dizzy?
Dizzy's like 35%.
Right.
Wine. That
I thought
wine's
I
like
thought Dizzy were like 20.
no. A proper Disaronno is like 30. The ones we drink, it's
Yeah.
like 35,
Not an Amaretto.
34, 35%.
The thing is, like, wine isn't. I'd never call it nice, but it's become a lot more bearable.
Why
as of
is
late.
that? I was talking to my auntie this morning.
Yeah.
She drinks a lot of wine.
It's like coffee though, isn't it? Like when you first try coffee, you probably don't like it, and then you try it a
No,
little
but the
bit
thing
again
is,
and
like,
again, and eventually you do.
With beer, like I've weaned onto it. Like actively, there's a curve of like
Yeah.
hate, and now I'm like still hate it, but I can drink it no problem.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
wine, it was like I don't like that. I don't like it.
It was very binary.
I don't like it in 2016. I don't like it in 2018. Bang at Rock Workshop. I like it now.
yeah.
Now I like it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's because now you kind of, you put it with Rock Workshop, that festival that we had a good time at, and
No,
it's
I'll tell you what it was.
Maybe.
I'll
because
tell you what
it felt good then.
Maybe.
That's it. Every time you drink
It's
it, it feels
unlocked.
good
Yeah,
again.
maybe that's it.
What it was for me is I just embraced the pretentiousness of it. As soon as I had that
Thank you.
glass in my
It's
hand,
good in the glass.
as
Innit?
soon as I had that glass in my hand, I thought, this is going to be me now. This is my personality.
We're gonna
So
have to
tr-
get some for Piccadilly.
So Truck Festival.
Oh, and
Truck
the
Festival, I was
plastic
like, I'm going to
glasses.
be the guy
We'll have real
with a
glasses
glass of wine on stage. And you know what? I fucking was.
And it was great.
It was great.
It's very Matt Healy in it.
I blacked out for half of that Truck
God.
Festival set.
Really?
Yeah. I just know I was so hammered. You told me I was being annoying, and I took that feedback really well, and I took accountability for that, and I
Yeah.
like to think I was a lot less annoying then.
Yeah.
And then I just can't remember anything. It was too long. It was 3 hours, Dan, that we did. 3 hours.
Boomtown.
It was long though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long set.
If you haven't been on the podcast for a little while, you'd be pleased to know that we just talk about anything now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
and people like it more.
We're
and
no longer as granular.
We enjoy
Okay.
it more.
Although I do want to make a T-shirt that says granular on it. For
29 hours this video took. I've really been auditing my hours.
Yeah.
This video since Sunday evening when I started on it, I did 2 hours on Sunday evening just because I loved doing it. Right,
Yeah.
It's been a great fun editing.
Yeah.
That's how you know a festival's been good.
Yeah.
When you come back and it's like,
It's not a slog.
I don't
it's
know,
just weird.
download, right? And it's like, oh God, I've got
You
to
try to
fucking
find,
sit and
you try
edit
to find
this
the content
and
in there.
relive this festival
Yeah.
another 3 times.
Yeah.
This one, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But 29 hours of spending time virtually at Boomtown here.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit and speak for 2 hours about it. Like,
Yeah,
I'd
and
rather be in and out.
A lot of the people who watch the podcast, they're already viewers. Like, it doesn't exactly draw its own crowd in because it's about us. So they've probably watched the Boomtown video as well, and they don't want to listen to us just tell them about what they've just watched.
I will tell you my thoughts on I guess the whole thing. So like, I'm a man who's been to Tomorrowland. I don't know if you noticed. And that is like the premier EDM festival, right? That is the
it's the one
that is the
everyone
pinnacle,
knows.
right? If you're into that sort of music, you want to go to Tomorrowland.
I think my mum will have even heard of that.
Yeah, the theming is wonderful. The DJs are top tier. Overall, in a beautiful place, very very well done, very well organized. It's great. And then I guess Boom is like a competitor to that. Like that's everything that it's aspiring to be.
Even named after, I imagine.
Yeah, because Tomorrowland is in a town called Boom.
Oh, really?
That makes sense. And Boom apparently Boom apparently means tree, by the way.
Oh, Tree Town.
Yeah, basically. So like I'm here just like my problem is last year you guys went and hadn't experienced Tomorrowland, whereas I've been to it's like going to Disney.
You're the worst candidate there.
Yeah,
because you've been to Tomorrowland.
I've been to Disney World and then I'm going to Disneyland Paris and I'm going, but shit, this actually in comparison.
Yeah. So Chalk was in the same position as you.
Yeah.
But Chalk's happy, really pleased. Chalk was really pleased. I'm trying to think of a way to not diss him. It's not even that he's easily pleased because Boomtown is
he's just down for a good time. If there's a good time
Chalk's
there,
having a great time regardless. Mary, never been to Tomorrowland, categorically said Boomtown's the best festival she's ever been to.
Yeah.
It is fucking great.
It
Last
is
year,
awesome,
like it was. If it wasn't for how good Download felt, like Boomtown would have been festival of the year.
I think overall, like it's up there. It's definitely up there. I think the beautification of like the stages and all that, very good. The main stage literally had waterfalls on it as well,
Really?
so it was very much like Tomorrowland, with like the fireworks and flames and shit, all that typical stuff.
Proper big stages as well, like really good theatrics all across
Yeah,
the stage.
and the one thing that Tomorrowland didn't have that I expected was characters, and Boomtown absolutely nails the theatrical like characters and stuff like that, and the people that you'll meet and the people who are like around the stalls, whatever you want to call them, in like the places that you run through, like Old Town and like all the different villages.
Yeah, all the little rooms that you can
very very well done. Love it. And even like the Betterverse was excellent.
Yeah, that's
I think it's
gonna
worth
be. I think that
speaking about
that and the sharing circle
Yeah.
are the two like focal points of the Boomtown conversation today.
Let's talk about the Betterverse.
Yeah, because I don't know what that is.
So the Betterverse. So
the whole story of Boomtown this year. We didn't spend much time on it.
No, we didn't.
But it's
Did you not get the newspaper?
we did, but like on the last day.
Oh.
Medium
Pointless,
Debs and some other guy are like Mark Zuckerberg in this universe.
Yeah.
And they've invented like the AI assistant, which is called Ellen. And everyone is like, is Ellen good or bad? Everywhere you go, if you're in Old Town, if you're in Area 404, like whatever character you are, they're talking about Ellen.
Yeah.
And you can go into the Betterverse, which is like the metaverse, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's sold to you as like the new world, basically, like how
Yeah,
Meta
it's
and
a
Apple.
better universe.
like a virtual reality.
So there's your
that's
backstory on that.
All right. What was it like though? What'd you do?
So we saw like medium devs, and like Varley was like, "Oh, let's go and speak to her." Anyway, she was doing this.
Did she remember you?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she
yeah.
messaged us and said like, We're in like loose contact with her from last year.
way.
She follows the channel.
She was
cool.
doing like the theatrical thing, like outside this Betterverse place. And then after she'd done that, she came over to speak to us. Broke character. Might I add?
Very lightly though.
Yeah.
She still put the voice on.
But as soon as the voice was on, and as soon as someone else came over, boom, back in character.
Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely fucking loved that. But yeah, she obviously knew who we were, knew that us going in there was good content, so she like snuck us in very kindly.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like to get in there, I think you needed to meet some prior requirements. Like you have to have been to this area, got this from this person.
Yeah, because there
You
is
have to
a
do the
whole
mission.
story.
You
Yeah,
have to do the
there's a
mission
whole-
to get.
Yeah,
In.
and that's the thing as well about Boomtown. Like, like you said, you can come there and just do the music, or you can come there and just do the story.
I'd love to do like an story exclusive, but we're never gonna.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you're into like escape rooms, if you're that kind of person, you should go to Boomtown.
Yeah,
Because
it
like
very much is
you'll
like that,
fucking love it. Because not only is it not a room, it's fucking massive, and it's like quite complex.
Yeah.
And there's so much variation in there.
This
as well.
is something. We entered the arena a different way because of the camp we were in. We entered down the big fuck off stairs.
Yeah.
And because of that,
you
get a bird's eye view of the actual
main stage, isn't
main
it? Yeah.
arena, the whole bit of Boomtown. And I was a bit like embarrassed going down the stairs because I was like, man, I've told these guys this is so amazing, and it looks so small.
Yeah.
Because it does look tiny.
Yeah, I thought
the complexity that you're talking about is what makes it feel big.
Yeah.
There's a lot packed into
it
a small
really
area,
is,
isn't it?
Yeah,
And
like
it's-
all the little alleyways. Like I keep referring to Old Town because that was the closest one to those stairs that we come down. But like even going in there, like you could just get lost in there.
Yeah.
And there's so many. There's loads of little doors that you can go in as well. And like sometimes they'll be open, but then sometimes they won't be. And like you can absolutely get lost in there and you could go there for like a week and still not do everything.
I think that was like my favourite part of it last year, where you just go in from door to door. It's almost like a pub crawl, checking out each weird little room that's got something different going on. And there's a rave in here with some like PlayStations, but there's some mad shit going on. And then in next room, there's like some woman with her baps out, and she's going mental for no
We went
reason.
into like every little rave going on.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Especially that first night, we just went exploring in like every single room, and we're like, check it out. Let's go in there. Okay.
And it is, you'd literally spend, even if it's just 5 minutes in there, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you're in
often
there, you're
was,
like,
yeah.
wow, look at this, sensory
Yeah.
overload as fuck. And then once you're done, it's like, right, next. And you spend
Yeah.
another 5 minutes in there, and then you're done, and then next.
Yeah.
And there is just so much there. It's so good. I proper love Boomtown.
Anyway,
It is
Betterverse. So we get into the Betterverse, right? And it starts off by like putting these glasses on. You've seen the video, right? You put the glasses on,
No.
and then so we put these glasses on, and we're introed to it all. And then our first like activity as a group is to like save this guy who's like lying on the floor. Not just a guy, like some sort of character.
Like the goddess of
And
nature.
Yeah. And
Damu.
there's this guy saying like, "Oh, we need you to find these pieces in this room," and you got these fucking glasses on. That's making it really hard. And you're like, it says, "Don't use your torches." So you're there. He's like, "Look high, look low, look everywhere." And we start taking too long, and then he's like, "Fucking look high." I said, "Dan's not with us."
Jake's trying to open that like puzzle box at the
Yeah,
same time.
it's like
you're so stupid.
Yeah, Jake.
Opens the
There's
box
a little
for him.
puzzle box, and Jake's like, "Oh, I'll take that. I've done one of these before." He spends half an hour like fucking trying to, and then the guy just helps him and goes, "You're so stupid." Just pulls it open. Fuck me.
I
And-
love shit like that.
And then it's like, get the 3 symbols. Once you've found the 3 symbols, it's like, right, you need to place one on Damu, the goddess's head, one on the heart, one on the hand. So Chucky just places all 3 in like one place,
It's
and then lifts them up, and all 3 in another. It's like, no, they need to be on there together.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's like the first activity. The second activity is like throwing some like little like balls in.
Well,
like this
let's tell them the story though. So there's a lad in there who's been trapped there since Boomtown 2010.
Oh yeah.
And he was watching Shy FX on the main stage, and he made a deal with someone to trade some Kanye shades
Yeah.
in exchange for him being banished into this room. And he's all like 2009, 2010ified. He's like using that kind of language. He's like he's got.
You're gonna have to give me an example of what
He's
that kind
just
of
saying,
language is.
he's got the shades on. He's like, I've had too many shandies today, dudes. Like, proper typecast MySpace era.
Yeah.
Like, let's take a photo for the MySpace. Flame shirt on. Like, even down to like the music he's referring to. Like, he's like, oh, it's gonna be back to back Coldplay. It's gonna be so sick. Blah, blah. Back when Coldplay were like a bit more kind of
proper mainstream,
a bit more like Radio Eddy, and or some people say like.
Do they?
Yeah, like Muse, Radiohead, and Coldplay are like the three that kind of came up in the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
And then went in three different directions. But so that's who he is. And he's like in the room with the boss guy, isn't he?
Yeah. The boss. Yeah. So that's
the final boss, is what he calls him.
Yeah. And he's like, is it basically just I need you to defeat him? Like he pulls out this rucksack. And it's got like loads of little like from a ball pit.
Magic orbs.
Yeah, magic orbs. It's just like balls from a ball
plastic
pit.
balls.
And you just throwing it. He's got like this net around his head, and you just got to like get him in that net, I guess. And like I was at the back, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I was like, all right, okay, that goes in there, I suppose. Just throwing it at him. That took a little while. And then eventually he was defeated. And then he's like,
I bet it's knackering being one of the actors there.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's all day.
Oh,
You've got tons of people constantly coming through.
And they do a great fucking job.
They do a fucking brilliant job.
I wonder if they
Anyway,
get paid.
this is the best bit. So we go into the final room, and it's this little room with like, I don't want to like spoil it by just saying it, but it's like this room about
seen the video.
about this big.
Yeah, the video.
And there's like, and I didn't even realize there's a curtain to left of me. And there's this woman who's like the narrator. She's handing us this book.
Like great at rehearsals yesterday.
You're great at rehearsals yesterday. You're gonna be the lead role. You're gonna be this. I was a tree. Brilliant. I had one line.
A boom.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Full circle.
And it's just then all of a sudden she's like 3, 2, 1, and then this curtain just opens, and honestly it was like something out of Black Mirror where I was just like, hold on, what's going on? And I was like, oh, and there's like a little audience. There's like 6 people and a director there, and like all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, like it's showtime, and it was like, fuck me, I swear I've seen this on TV or something like that. It was mental, and then we had to act out this play.
And you get like real time feedback from the director.
Yeah,
because it's an audition.
I think I saw a clip of this
Yeah.
yesterday.
He's like shouting at you, going like, more energy. I need more energy. The narrator's like counting you in, not counting you in, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, feeding your lines ready for.
Yeah. And
then you do the performance.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that was brilliant. They go behind the curtain and they're like, that was terrible. What is going on?
Yeah.
But then is the real Black Mirror bit, isn't there?
What, when
Because your next activity after acting it out
is to watch the play. So like that group goes out,
become the audience.
Yeah, and it's fucking brilliant.
And you know what? It's giving me a little goosebump just saying it, actually.
Because like when I was like, when all that's going on, and I'm like, oh, the audience are all like in on this as well, and then you go,
they're just
that's just the group before
you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something, it might have just been me, but when I was a member of the audience, I'm thinking like, I've done this. So I'm like arrogant, and I'm thinking, and I'm proper judging it, and proper critiquing the performance. Like, I've done that, I've been through that, now I'm sat with the director. Like, give us your best.
They were also missing a character, so Jake had to do play the clown twice, and like he really bought into it.
It was fucking awesome.
Jake does come across as a proper.
Let me tell you what, it was fucking hard to film.
Yeah,
and it was hard to edit.
Yeah, it was a proper like GCSE drama type thing. But like we're all mature enough now that we can take the actual piss.
Well, the play was
yeah.
But the actual experience as a whole was fucking brilliant. And something really cool as well. When you're performing, something that we kind of figured out, when you're performing the play, the whole experience moves at your pace. So to stop people getting bottlenecked, the boss in the 2010 room must have a radio, and he must only die. So he must only die when the time is right. Because if we kept getting the lines wrong and getting the script wrong and stuff, note's going to advance us. We're going to have to come. That guy is the he's the pace for it.
Right, brilliant.
And you'd only ever think that if you're like trying to analyze how are they doing it.
Yeah.
But like it's got to be that, because that's the only bit that is truly like not in your control. Like he can fall down whenever. You can
God,
find
it's so, and this is just like one activity.
Yeah.
Like there's so much other stuff around there, and like so much other stuff that we could have got lost in. But I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
And it's really sold me on like
we all loved it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you know, when you love it, I know it was really good.
Yeah.
We're all a bit more easily pleased than you, and everyone loved it. Filming and editing it, a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you're going around with flash on.
Yeah.
So I had like a full length, like 22 minutes. It ended up that clip. Sponsorship inquiry. Yeah. And then everyone dipping in and out of getting like 5-minute clips during while I'm still going.
Yeah.
So you've got like flashes and torches on. You're trying to respect the experience while also capturing it.
Yeah.
And then in the edit, it's like, God, this is a mess. But I think we did well, you hadn't seen it. Probably won't, dickhead. But we've got...
it's not even out yet.
We've got a good enough... he's got a link. We've got a good enough...
God, you're easily scared.
Yeah, I wasn't scared. I was interested to see what car it was.
Yeah.
But
yeah, one of the best things that I've done at a festival. That
wow,
really good.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed it that much.
So
I did as well.
Let's go from something really good to something really shit. Tell me about this circle time.
Oh God! Right. So, is there what else worth mentioning on the other days before we get really?
Let me have a
into
scan
this?
through. I've got the project open now, so trying to get it up with it while keeping it monetized. But
I think the long story short that I recall from this whole vid is that we would just see a few like acts or Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill went hard.
We went to see Cypress Hill, West Coast, like Latino, old school, real hip-hop. Authentic hip hop, gangster, Latino rap.
What songs?
Guess what?
I know the name, but
you'll know
I can't
Insane in the Membrane.
There you go. Yeah. Immediate.
Jake Varley and Mary. Guess where they'd rather be? At the Beatles club night.
Yeah.
In the bar that we spent all weekend in.
Yeah. No, it was a Beatles dub club. So it was like Beatles remix.
But they said to me like, we'd rather it just be normal Beatles. So we're there with AKs out, like my finger still hurts from doing so much imaginary shooting. I'm not even joking about that.
But you know what? Even the songs that we didn't know,
we were vibing, man, because we were fucked up.
Oh, and the UK All Stars was like
that was nice. Yeah, it wasn't super engaging, but it was important that we saw it.
Yeah.
The UK Hip Hop All Stars.
Rodney P, Kalashnikov, big up.
Lady Lisha.
Is that their names or?
Yeah.
Fair. Have you scanned through? Have you found out?
I got banished from the Temple of the Eternal Sea.
Oh yeah, that was under that activity that we did.
We went in the temple last year, Dan. I don't know if you remember. It's the ones with all the grass in their hands.
Yeah.
But we did like a proper bit this time with it, and
you had to give them an offering to get in. Like you had to offer them something. Like it had to be like natural or something. I think.
But they let anyone in. But they did say that they let Chucky in with old train ticket. They let him in with fucking Dan North's podcast sticker.
They're terrible if you get them wet.
They are. They're not. I think Dan, I was talking to Dan. He's like, we just ordered the cheapest ones. I was like, well, we do the same. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, of course.
And I used my key card from the hotel Paradiso, the on-site fake hotel.
Oh yeah. That was another thing. We went in the hotel and like we checked in and like he gave us a.
We did that last year as well.
Did we?
Yeah, very fleeting moment.
There's a lot that I can't remember.
There was a bed in the club and like we were laid down. It was
That's funny, a bedding club.
So we go in the temple and the like child of God, whatever you want to call it,
Jesus
is like not the God, the like underling character is like
the youngers.
The youngers is like right, quick initiation, like everyone like rise up like a tree and all this shit, and then they're like, who's got a confession for mother that the God is called Mother.
Yeah.
So I start like sweating. I'm like, I've got some confessions written down, but they're like not really appropriate for this audience. But is this a good time to play on that and to use that and get the video?
Yeah.
Or are they best saved for the road?
Yeah.
Whenever we do a fucking road trip again, whenever we got
anyway,
time
by the
for
time
that.
you thought it through, you're like, it's too late now anyway.
Yeah. But then they were like, who thinks they've got the best offering for Mother? They bring Mother in. Everyone's like bowing.
Yeah.
And Mary's got this rose quartz crystal because she believes in all that.
She does.
And we did a bit with that. We were all trying to manifest something that we want on the crystal. And I'm like, we're like, I'll go and offer it to the mother.
Yeah.
But Mary likes this crystal.
Yeah, thinking like the mother will
definitely
love that.
the most impressive thing that's been offered all weekend to that mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
A real rose quartz crystal.
Unless someone's offered her a 2 gig iPod shuffle. That's the clippy one.
That is a good point.
Oh yeah.
We did see some of them at Boomtown.
Not even shitting you. A woman with like blue hair. Oh, was it blue?
I think so. Like Marge Simpson style.
And like 2 little iPod shuffles. Like you know
Like
the
little
little
hair
square
clips.
ones. Yeah, like little haircuts.
They're so good, those little shuffles. I
Yeah.
love them. It's such a great little piece.
I went through a period of buying the broken ones online because
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
remember.
to have a Levi with a full row of iPod shuffles down it. And
Brilliant.
maybe I still will. Anyway, I give this rose quartz to Mother, the god, and I'm like, you can't keep it. You just can put a wish on it. And I got banished out of the fucking temple in front of all my contemporaries.
Is that what happened? I thought you
why?
were offering the actual stone.
No, so I was saying like you can't keep. I'm using like fancy language. I'm like a precious wishing stone, but you must not retain. You may only make a wish on it. So he then says to the audience on his mic like it's a stone, but only a wish to go on it. And then they're like shame, and like banish me out. And I'm pretty sure that they'd do that for anyone who went first.
Yeah, probably.
But it was great for the video.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that's the other thing that was worth mentioning.
Good. Now to the thing that most people are going to be
Who
here to see.
likes rock music?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get water.
Yeah, so I'll set the scene. So you know, we are rock music fans, some would say, but we dabble in a bit of the EDM these days, and we're truly starting to really love it. We get it now. So
I don't understand it that much. I'm still firmly in the rock and metal.
You'll get it next
You'll
year.
get it one day. It'll just click, and then maybe you'll lose a few brain cells or something. I think that's what you got to do. That's a joke.
What? So you're saying I'm dead smart? Thank you. I'll take that.
Anyway, so setting the scene, we're scanning through the lineup, and I see something that says something along the lines of like. In fact, shall I read it out to you?
I'll have it on screen in a second.
I can get the photo up.
As you can tell, we're always really well prepared. I'm
It
wandering
said
off screen
he mosh
here by
pit.
leaning.
In mosh pit, ecstatic dance. Sorry. Yeah, ecstatic dance ecstatic dance, mosh pit, group sharing circle. The intention of mosh pit is to heal, not to hurt. Blah 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 blah. Metal, drum and bass, dubstep.
So I'm there like metal, brilliant.
Yeah.
Metal's good.
And it does sound like with the intention not to hurt means moshing, but you know.
Yeah,
terribly
but
good.
but
So
like-
I like drum and bass, I like dubstep.
Yeah,
Like
love it.
two of my two probably my two favorite electronic
Yeah,
music
absolutely.
genres.
Yeah.
And
Not a bit of garage.
nah.
Ah,
And
it's garage.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't think it really is.
It's more sampling now.
Yeah, but are you using electronic machines to do it?
That's a good point. Well, isn't all music
Yeah.
electronic? I thought it'd be like put Slipknot on Rage Against the Machine on, and everyone's moshing, but like
then
it's almost like I'm just inventing this now off the top of my head, but it's like musical chairs kind of thing where as it's about to drop, like it switches and it's calm, and everyone gives each other a hug.
Yeah,
That's what I thought it'd be.
That'd be funny.
Something like that.
Write that down.
That's like
We'll do that.
It's rock music, or it's dubstep, or it's drum and bass. But like the idea is that like I don't know, you appreciate each other while it's playing, and rather than like battering the shit out of each other, you truly like you like you like yeah, you know
bigging each other up,
that kind of thing.
Oh, so we got into this geodesic dome, didn't we?
Yeah, and you scan the room, and no fuckers in there.
It's empty as fuck.
It's literally empty as fuck.
Just before it's about to start.
Yeah,
as well.
little bit of a flag raising there. Also notice that it's like not carpeted, but like the material that they put down in like the VIP bars and that
like
that
a burlap sack.
That's the one.
Like
yeah.
what you'd write down the
So-
helter skelter
Exactly
on.
like that.
So immediately I'm thinking like
Which we did.
this doesn't look like the place it's going to be like thrown down. Like think of the doghouse and then think of the opposite of that. And then that's
You mean the
that's,
hard tarmac?
The cat garden.
yeah,
a
the cat garden.
What the fuck's a cat garden?
Opposite the doghouse. So
Oh,
it starts up and there's 21 participants.
You counted them?
There was 20, and then someone joined while we were going.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And
But did you count the 20?
yeah, well, because we were in groups of 5.
So answer yes then.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, it's right, yeah.
So first of all,
Guy introduces himself.
he introduced himself on the PA. He goes, my name's Adam,
Yeah.
and he seemed all right.
Yeah, it seemed sound.
He seemed sound.
Great jawline. You immediately
really,
judge him.
really
like,
good
proper
jawline.
Good
Like,
jawline.
look, could have been
Damiani jawline.
Damiani's brother,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a good jaw.
but dressed like that lad out in between us who's in the camp, in the tent when they're sharing things they want to eliminate from the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
It's like
white boy
racism.
with dreads.
Yeah, yeah. It's literally like gap year kind of guy. But he's nice enough
Yeah.
to begin with. And he's explaining that this is something that he runs a brand called Plight Club, which is about uniting people through vulnerability. And essentially the whole thing was buy my t-shirt.
Yeah.
Really?
Because he was like, if you buy the t-shirt, someone will ask you, what's that? And then you can tell them, and you're spreading the positive message.
Yeah.
But he's like, what?
And it's about being vulnerable.
It's about being vulnerable.
I've never said, what does your t-shirt mean? To hardly, like, I think there might have been one person in my
It
entire
said
life.
Vulnerable in a box logo.
Well, then I didn't. Why would I be asking that? I'd just be like,
So
that's a funny
the
play on
idea
words.
is by being vulnerable, then you like expose. I can't even say it. Like I don't.
I
really
think I
get
already
it.
kind of get the idea. It's like
It
by showing your vulnerabilities, you're allowing others to show theirs.
Yeah, and
you
everyone's
and then
everyone
Everyone's on
gets
the
it.
same
we're all-
level. Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
Whereas
fundamentally, I absolutely agree with that, right? And the thing is, so does everyone else.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everyone else also agrees with that. But it's when it's
forced upon
delivered
you.
in this way that
You sound like you're doing some right mental gymnastics around this.
well, I'm just trying to think.
Well,
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I was staring at the equalizer and I was like, oh my god, someone's mic's not on.
Yeah,
But I was I was really stressing because this has been a good conversation.
been
Anyway, so it's just the way it's delivered. Like, we're not like proper lads,
Yeah.
and we're not like proper like spiritual vulnerable people. I think we land somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
We can play into both sides of that.
yeah.
We
And-
can be respectful, but we can also call out where like
Call out a
this-
bit of bollocks.
Yeah, a bit of bollocks.
So
Like, and you know what? Let's do some inward reflection onto what's some bollocks in our group. That crystal that you offered, that's Mary's. What a load of bollocks!
absolute load of bollocks.
Yeah, I get like. I kind
So
of
it's not
understand-
just against him, and it's not just against that like what he's trying to do. Because Mary also comes up with some bollocks. So
I think we should-
so does Dan. Half the stuff he says is bollocks.
True, and he don't use the
So
calendar.
right now, now we're on a neutral playing field. Right now we can diss him.
I'm free and easy, mate. Don't need a calendar in my life. I know what day it is.
Yeah.
So
Just
he goes, this project has come about because of like 3 things I love that I wanted to combine. Group sharing circles. Now imagine that being one of your favourite things.
that is mad.
Imagine
before
us-
and
us-
They're very weird.
Ecstatic dance.
Did we not do circle time in high school? Was that a thing?
I mean, you're a kid then though, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still,
You
like,
probably,
as
it's
a
just like
teenager,
a lesson.
I think circle time. I still thought this is a lot of bollocks.
I don't remember circle time, but if it was this, then
Maybe that
oh.
was for just dead smart
So
kids.
he's combining sharing circles, ecstatic dance, and then he goes going mental to rock music. So cool.
I like
so
the rock bit.
the first thing you do is all 20 of you
Stand in a circle.
get in a big circle, and everyone will dance.
Yep. Well, you're passing energies, aren't you?
And he goes, do you 5 know each other? And we're like, yep. He's like, let me break this circle up. So none of us are together.
No.
in this circle.
We were together for the big circle.
Were we?
Yeah.
So we're all holding hands,
like-
and he's like, I'm on the end of our string of 5, and I need to find another hand.
Yeah.
So I just go to him, and he's like, just hold on to my thing, because he's using the microphone. So I'm holding on to his arm like he's a kid. And he's like, right, everyone close your eyes, and I want you to feel the energy like move up from your thing. But while he's telling us to like move this energy and close our eyes and like wiggle our hips and move the energy up and out of the trapdoor at our heads,
We're being very respectful. We're doing it.
music starts playing. Their music that they've put on.
Yeah.
And it's only fucking Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, one of all of our favourite songs. That intro, like, and
And
it's getting louder and louder.
but
As it does, it comes to a crescendo, and the drums like starting, and I'm buzzing because I'm like, it's gonna kick off, and we're gonna have a mosh pit, and it's gonna be to one of my favorite songs. Everyone loves this fucking song. Let's go.
I'm already laughing as well because I'm thinking about the Stephen Merchant conversation about like when his mate showing him how good his stereo is. So I'm there like with my eyes closed, but also like having a little giggle. But then I'm laughing a little bit more because I'm like, come on, Ryan, be respectful. But I can't.
And I can't believe my luck. Like, the first song is one of the best songs ever recorded, and a song you never hear in an environment.
Anyway, it gets closer to kicking in, and like it just gets turned down because it's not done like
he's not happy.
Yeah,
he was not happy that the Dire Straits drums were getting louder.
Yeah,
but wasn't it him controlling it?
No, it was his DJ.
Yeah. Oh, so he's got a DJ for all this.
So the song got cut, but the song was never intended to be what we thought it was.
Yeah.
It was just an ambient thing.
Yeah.
It was never, we were never going to hear that riff.
I'd never think that's an ambient
song. So here's the thing.
Coming in it is.
At this point, we think, well, okay, right. So whatever's happening's happening. But Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, we're at Boomtown. We kind of feel like we're in some sort of right place, at least. Like, I get what's going on, but we're going to hear some rap music still.
So we do all this stuff, get rid of the negative energy out the top of your head, some out your feet as well.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go and find a group of 5.
This is why we get split
This
up.
is where we get split
It's like you 5 know each other. Because we're immediate like, oh, sick. Group of 5.
Yeah, great.
Brilliant. We'll share. And it would have been good for us to do that, to be
I'm
fair.
so glad
Almost
we didn't,
ideal.
though, because
we
wouldn't have had this
So
experience.
we get split up. I personally end up somehow still, because there's only a certain amount of groups, I somehow still end up with Mary and Chock. Rob goes off on his own in his group, and so does Jake.
I had Jake in my group.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I probably should have gone somewhere else, but I'm so glad I didn't.
There was enough groups. There was 4 groups.
Yeah.
So we could have split up a bit better.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that no one was on their own was beneficial. Because
Yeah.
we each share a common experience now. I share one with Jake and you share one with them. And the aim of the game is you're going to talk for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
About how you're feeling, where you're at, what kind of person you are, what your emotions are like, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone's going to take a deep breath to respect what that person said. And you're going to have 1 minute of reflections, starting with...
So everyone else is going to give like 1 minute of like...
Yeah, how it makes them feel, how they'd react to it, or whatever.
Not even just... The tagline was, you've just spoken, and then I say, I hear the story of a man who...
Oh, so you're
the
trying
idea
to...
is, like, you're like, oh, I'm too disorganized. I don't use the calendar. I can't get anything in the calendar. And because there's nothing in the calendar, my friends don't know when the podcasts are coming out. They don't know when we're doing the podcast.
Let's pretend that's 2 minutes.
And Mary, and everyone's frustrated because we don't know when the calendar's going.
Everyone.
Time's up.
Yeah,
so
it's just me that tells you. I promise you.
So time's up. We're going to take a deep breath.
Deep breath. Respect what Dan just said.
We're going to respect what the person's just said.
I'm respecting so hard.
And now I want you to give your thoughts on what that person just said.
Well, I hear a man who...
I hear the story of a man.
I hear the story of a man who, yes, may be disorganised, but, lives his life in a different way, and he has done ever since he was a child, and I understand that. I appreciate that. I hear the story of a man
God, you'd have done really well at this.
Who has friends...
You wouldn't have laughed one bit.
I hear the story of a man who has friends who expect a lot from him, but when he's continuously shit,
send a card.
They should be used to that by now.
Hey Siri, define a lot.
I found some web results.
Oh, useless.
God, Siri's so shit.
It's wank, innit?
Well, I hear the story of a voice assistant. So you do that, and everyone did it. Everyone had to do it.
Yep, we did it.
You can talk about your group first, because I've done
my group was quite good. Chucky was like saying how he feels so blessed and like what he does.
Well, sorry to just jump straight in. I feel like this was a thing though, because we were all, from my understanding, saying things are pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't. I just had 2 minutes of moaning. Like, I don't get any time for myself, man. I'm busy all the time. I don't get any time. And I'm like, And Chuck's response to me was, I hear the story of a man who needs a holiday. I was like, what you call a holiday, I call another day, son. Yeah.
Also, everyone in this room, all 21 people by this point, because the next person who joined us, is sat cross-legged on the floor or sat on the floor listening intently to the person speaking or the person giving the feedback. As I glance around the room, everyone is sat nicely except Raz, who's the only cunt who's literally lounged down on the floor like
Paving looked like one of your
Rose on the
French women.
Titanic. Yeah, and I'm thinking, typical Raz.
Yeah, well, I do my own thing.
Captain comfortable, eh?
I picked my own path. I was also wearing skinny jeans, so I couldn't cross my legs.
Fair.
Was there any interesting characters in your group? Now I know that this was shared in a private thing, but we don't have to talk about
there was
like or
one
anything.
person who was this person was saying they'd come to this festival and felt like a lot of pressure on how to have a good time. So my reflection was you shouldn't feel like you should have a good time.
You heard the story of a person
who shouldn't feel like they should be told how to have a good time. They need to find it within themselves. See,
Good advice.
I'm a natural. And then this other person was like someone who had traveled a lot and I didn't know what the accent was, but it sounded a bit.
It'll be from everywhere if they've travelled that much.
Spanish. Later found out that she was part of it.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I was like, I've been done up like a kipper.
That is shit. Why are they involved?
Yeah,
in
like there's a snake in the group, man. Anyway, how was your group? So I imagine you were very.
So I went second.
Yeah.
I want to say we truly bought into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we're there, super respectful, super courteous. I spoke and I gave feedback on two people speaking. I wanted to experience both sides.
You might as well, because other people.
You can't leave at this point.
You might as well try it.
Yeah,
it's like wine. You might just click.
Yeah, there it is. I'm a fan of this.
Should we do a circle time after this?
So I was like,
I'm
generally happy, a lot of challenge and change this year, but I'm slowly kind of figuring it out and working through it and losing my imposter syndrome. Though I do struggle with that a lot. I feel like I'm constantly on the pursuit for, and this is true, I'm constantly on the pursuit for efficiency, and everything I do needs to be done in the most efficient manner possible, and I'm quite effective at doing that.
That 4-hour drive should have been 4 hours, no more, no less.
And then I was like, and I don't make apologies for this part, but I was like, sometimes to the detriment of the people around me, they're just slow. But I was proper
yeah, very inward looking, very much.
And my feedback was fine, and then I gave some feedback. There was a gentleman who was quite spiritual, would you believe?
Yeah.
And he'd met someone who had loads of the old Mawams on the first night, and he'd talked to them about the spiritual side of not doing that, and all you need is the spirits. And so I gave him the feedback of you've come here.
You should try Disaronno.
Yeah,
that's a liqueur. You've come here in a world where most people have come here just for themselves, but you've come here, you've made a difference. I was proper buying into it.
All because he was selling that.
Well, let's not incriminate him directly.
Okay.
I mean, it's not illegal what he was doing, but that
selling
identifies him as a specific individual.
Okay.
But he was lovely. He was my favourite one in the group. There was one guy who just wanted a shag. And
I hear the story of a man
he was like, yeah, relationships aren't going too well. He's like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I want to have my sexual needs met, but I don't want that to be. And he just didn't want a bird and wanted a shag. Listen, man, totally put it there, brother. I hear the story of a man who's speaking some sense. However, you don't want to bring that to that circle.
Group. Yeah, there's a time and a place, right?
Now we'll come back to him later.
Yeah.
What did we do after we'd all shared?
You know what, man? It got blurry then.
Okay, well, I'm happy to keep talking. I just don't want to steal the narrative from you.
Keep talking.
So we'd all shared, and then it was, right, now everyone shared. Let's spend 2 minutes going round and speak to 2 other people who weren't in your group.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So first guy I spoke to, I was like, I've never done it like that before. It was like quite a strange exercise, not really what I'm into. But do you know what? It felt nice. And he was really, really nice. His name was similar to yours, not to incriminate him.
Just similar.
And guess what? He was part of the production as well.
All right,
Oh,
okay,
no way.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I met someone else. I can't remember that one.
I spoke to Mary and Chuck. Oh, and Jake.
See,
during that
no,
time.
you're-
that's not
you're
what you meant
cheating
to
yourself.
do.
And then it was like, right, now everyone go around and do a high five.
No, it was like we got back in a circle, and it was like, right, we're coming to the part now where we start
gonna
to
do the mosh.
We're going to do the mosh. And he's there like laying down the ground rules are like a mosh pit, and it was like a mosh pit generally is like a contact, you know. You're gonna get punched, or you're gonna get shoved.
You shouldn't get punched in a mosh pit.
Well, that's what-
you're fucking telling me anyway. Tomorrowland.
But yeah, he was like, don't you enter a mosh pit like this.
Yeah,
There's
you roll
there's
into the mosh
20
pit.
people in this room. He's like, you enter a mosh pit like this. You don't enter it like that. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
He's like, if someone
Yeah.
comes to dance with you,
Unless there's hardcore music playing, you don't enter like that.
Yeah, if someone comes to dance with you, you can dance with them. That's fine. If you don't want to dance with them, or they're getting a bit full on, then you can just give them a gentle namaste.
namaste,
Which means thank you,
thanks,
but no thank you.
you.
That's not what that means, by the way. That is in no way what that means.
No,
It really isn't.
I don't know what namaste
But he's
means,
like,
but
he's proper bigging up the experience that we've just had. He's like, some people might be crying, some people might be
Pissing themselves,
some
laughing.
people might, and it's like, mate, you're not the Dalai Lama. Like, you've just told some people to share some vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Not one person
Yeah.
is close to crying in this room. Even the people that buy into it, no one's crying.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite bits happens.
Go on.
He's talking about the contact happening in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
This lady puts her hands up,
Oh yeah.
and some people in the room had taken their shoes off, but
Yeah.
you didn't have to. So we all had our shoes on.
Yeah, it was like that carpeted kind of.
Yeah,
vibe.
so-
Maybe
yeah.
6 of the 20 had shoes off. Some had bare feet out of those 6. Some had socks on.
grounding. I like it.
She goes, I'm just a bit worried about the shoes. Like, don't want to get my feet stood on.
Understandable.
This guy has no time for any question that he's not prepared for. And he just goes, do you want to put your shoes on then?
And it was at that moment. It was at that moment where I was like, I like him again. I'm a big fan, actually.
I audibly just said, brilliant.
I heard him just go, brilliant. I was like, fucking fantastic.
That's funny. As
And then
God.
as
And
he's-
this is the thing. Nobody told him to take the shoes off.
no.
I'm there with my boots. And I'm like, yeah,
Tim's on.
I got the vests on.
Yeah, you better
Well,
fit me.
the vests aren't going to stop his
It'd
boots, are they?
it'd be nice to be stood on wearing the vests.
Yeah,
Um,
God, it was just so funny.
But there was another point as well in the initiation where, bearing in mind you're at Boomtown,
Yeah.
some mad shit's going on outside, and some lass like looks and like laughs at what's going on outside. He was not happy about that.
Yeah.
He's like back in the room, takes it so seriously,
Yeah.
proper
Is it a
seriously.
festival?
Anyway,
Like even like Mary was like, this guy's ego's like through the roof.
yeah. Anyway, we're getting closer to the actual mosh, and where they're thinking, we got to go.
Get that money for nothing back. Yeah, we need to go see this band called Lambrini Girls, and they're already starting.
I've heard of them.
And we haven't even
Yeah, well, I
started
am.
the mosh. So he's like, right, everyone's going to go around and you're going to high five every person in the room.
To break the contact barrier.
So I'm thinking, actually, mate, we've already done that because we were all holding hands at the start. But I'm not going to question this
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
because he's clearly got his thing going on. So we do the high fives and, I make sure I high five everyone.
Yeah.
Ooh, there was the bit at the start as well where it's like in the circle. It's like make eye contact with everyone for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
A bit weird.
Like in any, but it was in a sporadic order. So like there was some people I missed.
Yeah.
And then the mosh starts, right? The dance starts, but
Yeah.
and it is clearly
No, but
mentioned in the film.
he also mentions like, so the mosh pit is going to be in the center of the room. If it's getting a bit much, you can move towards the outside of the room. I don't want to see any mosh pits over towards the edges of the room.
If-
The mosh pit
If
remains.
you're getting emotional,
yeah.
then
Over a mosh
that's,
pit.
that's fine.
There's
As if
20.
everyone's just had a real visceral experience.
And again, there's 20 people in this room.
and
20.
and 10 of them are like 50.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
They've just come
yeah.
in out of the sun for a bit.
So,
of a,
so we just
sit
done
down.
So then, is it just straight up the music starts?
No, so he's like, he wants this to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I respect. Do you know what, mate? I respect the grind. He's like, we're at a festival. We want to create an environment where people walk past, they go, "Ooh, what's that?" And we're going to join them. Because there's another tent opposite blasting some fucking EDM, and it's popping off, and it looks sick, and we're looking at that like, man, we made the wrong choice.
Yeah, and he's like, I want people to be looking over here and going, "Ooh, what's that? We need to go join them." Anyway,
so they can learn about Vulnerable and buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it wasn't moshing. It started with ecstatic dance.
Yeah.
Which is
just flailing.
I think it's just dancing for people who do not know how to dance.
It is flailing, yeah.
Just flailing,
throwing yourself about.
It's a lot of hands
to the rhythm.
But it's not rock music.
Yeah.
It's like ecstatic dance type music.
I don't know what ecstatic dance music is.
It's just like
is that what the E stands for in EDM?
It wasn't heavy EDM. It was just like some generic
not like ambience, but like I don't know how to describe it. Very like
and we can't film any of this, really. They didn't say we can't, but like obviously you
it's
do.
not
people sharing vulnerabilities.
Yeah. So we didn't get any clips, so I don't even have a reference clip for what this ecstatic music was like. But it wasn't anything left field. It was just generic mid electronic music of some kind. And we started like trying to go for it, and we obviously gravitated straight towards each other.
Yeah.
I look over at there was this lovely girl in my group. Her name was Emily, actually. And she was really nice, and I felt like we had a connection through our eye contact alone.
Of course you did.
I look over in the corner. Mr. Wants a Shag, literally touching her arm as he's speaking to her.
Yeah.
Not in the rules. And we're just like, right, we need to leave. So then we're trying to muster up the courage to leave. Because everyone's just dancing now.
Yeah.
We've done the bit. It's over.
It's the mosh.
Get me
now.
out of here.
It's the activity now.
Did you not just like mosh to the door?
Well, that's kind of what we did. But Mary just went. I was kind of planning in my head, like, right, how are we going to get out of this?
Well, mosh we'll do like the in-betweeners thing,
Kind
like
of,
dance over to the door, like yeah.
Mary goes, pretends to be on phone, runs out, full speed, runs out of there.
I'll tell you what was annoying. A person in my group also, literally, at the end of all the group sharing thing, just left.
I mean, yeah, like he's not holding you against
No,
your will.
but
Just walk out.
The thing is, that is the only point where it felt appropriate to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, the problem was you were locked in.
Yeah.
And like,
Because the problem was, there was 20 people there. If 5 of us just dip, like...
It's catastrophic to his experience, and we didn't want to do that to him. But
especially when half of them are going to be his production anyway.
Yeah, it was absolutely. Now, the experience was pro shot by his production or by Boomtown's production or whoever.
Yeah.
So video of this exists somewhere. And I've got the Instagrams bookmarked for both the company and him. And as soon as they're available, I'll be sure to link you guys and the community so you can see what we were getting on with. I want to make it really clear in case we didn't already. No piss was taken in the moment.
No, it really wasn't.
No one's experience was hampered by us. But the second we were out of that tent, we were in disbelief.
Yeah.
I don't even we used at work, we used to use WebEx, which is like Zoom.
Yeah.
Sure people know.
I've heard of it.
And there's a feature called, and I'm sure it's on all these, it's called breakout rooms. And it's where you split a room of 200 people
you do.
into a room of 5.
Yeah.
Rooms are different, five
So just
people room.
random.
Whenever that would happen, I would command Q and quit fucking Zoom because I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to speak when I don't need to speak, and I don't want to meet 5 new people that I'm never going to see again.
Yeah.
And this was the real life version of that. It was awful. Even sharing a somewhat sincere vulnerability or weakness or criticism of myself.
Yeah.
Even sharing an insightful, so I thought, and helpful and positive reflection. What a load of absolute boswallocks. And when we left Boomtown, after all the rest of the weekend, we spent an hour in the van. What a load of bollocks. Just going through what a load of bollocks.
God, it was so not in the moment funny, but in my own head funny. Like, Oh my, like what is going on here? Anyway, then we went to go see Lambrini Girls.
Why have I heard of them?
Oh,
Is it just two lasses?
3?
3.
Are they larger?
I'm
No.
not going to talk about them.
I'm not either.
Why?
It's just they're out for blood, and we're 3 men.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The less we say about them, the better. I even cut it out of the fucking edit of the. Well, we said they sounded shit because they did,
Yeah.
but
Just proper man
they're
bashing.
fighting a positive fight. It's just not for us.
They are. You know what? I've only got love for people who are trying to do the right thing, and that's all I'll say on that.
There. All right, Forrest Gump. That's how I have to start.
That's me. Do you see that? You see that there? That was the bullet.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
Respect everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a fucking great weekend other than circle time with Captain.
I'd
you-
loved you and
Vulnerable.
Bridie to experience this circle.
Yeah.
I'd have-
I would have loved it. When we got out of there, we were like, do you know who'd have loved that? And half of us said you, half of us said Bridie.
Yeah.
And God almighty, would we have.
Mary said she was proud of me for like opening up, and she was like, "I've never heard you speak like that." It's like, yeah, guess what?
Because
I don't ever want to speak to you guys like that ever again.
It's not a natural way to speak.
No.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm in that bracket where it's like I want to talk about my
No,
feelings.
I get
want
that.
To
No,
express
that's fine.
vulnerabilities and stuff.
Like, and great. And if you wanted to do that, you know what? We do it in our way. Like me and you have probably had more like real conversations
Imagine
than any
you
other
like-
combination of the boys. Just because we
Usually
live
on the
together
night out
and we've had
after a certain
we've had
couple of
we've
things.
had, but we've had positive ones
God.
and we've had negative ones.
Next time
and-
someone like starts mouthing off and like getting a bit emotional when they're drunk, let's say,
I hear the story of a man who doesn't have a leg to stand on, but it's just not. I hear the music of a oompa.
Fuck the Germans and the
Honestly,
music,
man, it was dog shit.
Fucking
And
electric yodeling.
it was so shit and so funny that I don't know how long we've just talked about that for, but I'm not. But
About
we're past
25
10.
minutes, I think.
yeah.
We need to wrap this fucker
Yeah,
up.
I need to. I
think
jet.
you know what. Without being there, and this is like,
But you know what? As overall,
I want talking.
overall, let me.
Dan was
I
talking.
just want to be. I just want to
He
be
obviously
absolutely
wasn't
clear.
hearing the story of what you were trying to
It's not
Absolutely.
say.
fucking headphones.
I
How's he not hearing
absolutely
it?
want to be clear. Boomtown was great. Don't get it twisted. We spoke a lot of shit there about like a particular instance, but the overall event was fucking brilliant.
Good. I love Boom. I think like I've only been there once, but it was great. It was just red hot and long walks for me. That was the downside of it.
Yeah.
But out of all the podcasts we've done where I've not actually been to the festival and you're telling me about it, this has been my favourite one. Just because it's like
It has been my favourite podcast I've done in ages.
and it's
Yeah.
because there's so much difference in it. Like it's
Because
not
we've
just
got
the same
stuff
old
to
festival.
talk about,
Yeah.
though. That's the thing.
There's stuff
we've
in
got
there that
real
didn't make it.
tangible experience to that didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think it's down to the actual festival itself as well. Every other festival is a copy and paste job. Like so many festivals are the exact same. They have a few stages, similar artists on,
Yeah.
similar stalls, similar.
If
There
I
was
was
a real
food.
good mix at this festival. There was
What,
rap,
like- yeah.
there was rock,
Yeah.
there was hard rock.
I don't want to say
was,
there was something for everyone, but there was something for
there
like
probably was.
most people.
I mean, there probably was everyone. Like, there's
it
nobody
really
who will
did
be
cover
like
everything.
strict not liking summer. Like,
Yeah.
the bound to have genre swapping.
I feel as though
likes.
like even if you're like a proper metalhead, you'll probably still appreciate like Cypress Hill at least a little
Of
bit.
course, real
Yeah.
recognize real.
Or like you'll at least appreciate some of the bands that were in that small thing where Lambrini Girls were.
But the thing is, like, you say a proper metalhead, like even the biggest metalheads I know, where like all I know them for is loving metal, they still love like other shit. Like nobody truly loves just the one genre and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, that's a kid's mentality.
And we
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
didn't get to see Chase and Status.
Oh, that's a shame.
Prodigy pulled out and they got replaced with Chase and Status.
Better in my opinion.
Way better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was really annoyed. But guess who's playing this fucking weekend, mate? At Puckle Pop, which you're not
Oh.
going to.
On
but Chase and Status.
An actual set or a DJ set?
It don't matter really about that, does it?
Okay.
As we've learned, we can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
The Puckabot lineup is pretty lit, as I found out
Is
today.
it?
But conversation for next week, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, quite literally conversation for next week.
Well, it's late.
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
there. We've ran for an hour and a half now. So, you know, I love a good podcast
That
length.
was an excellent
Yeah.
chat.
But yeah, really good chat, boys. Thank you for coming and joining me. As always, love you both.
Love you too.
Love you at home. Thank you for joining us, watching this.
Everyone comment, use the calendar, Dan, you cunt.
Only if you want to.
Oh, they'll all
Right.
go into the flagged comments if they say
Yeah,
it.
don't use the C word.
Comment, please use the calendar.
If I want to.
Oh, shit.
He's got us again with the
Right.
syntax.
Well, it's been lovely having you all, and I
Yeah.
shall see you next week.
Bye.
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 That was some bollocks what they were doing in that
Yeah.
circle.
Absolute shite, it sounds like.